Selling digital music on your website can cause major discrepancies for your listening audience. And if you've done this before, then you know what the low sales feels like. Now, because I know money and independence are kind of at the forefront of this movement, and that's why we're doing it, you need to know how to actually use this D2C in the right way and not necessarily prevent yourself from making money from it, is what I'm trying to say. So watch this episode of the Music Money Makeover Show. Your website is not a streaming platform. Music lovers are currently used to streaming platforms. Their behaviors are geared towards streaming. Selling music on your website brings a new behavior that the listener must reignite or learn depending on their age. Users will now have to download your music, put it on their listening devices, and stream from there. It brings an added step that will take some adapting to. The only people who will do this are your true fans and supporters. So again, and you've all heard me babble about this on the channel before. If I go to your website and you tell me, hey man, the album is up now on my website, look at the steps. Just walk through with me. I gotta hit the link in your bio. I gotta go to your website. I gotta enter my email, or hopefully you have one page or one-click selling on your page. So I go, I enter my card information, I enter my email, I download the album, or I get an email from you to download the album. This is the same way like my ebook goes, right? So I download the album, I got it now. Now I gotta put it in Apple Music or whatever music player that I'm gonna use that will sync to my phone. And then I'll sync that to my phone, and then boom, I'm finally listening. I just went through all those uncomfortable steps. And I know that this is the behavior of society, because just today, I had a friend of mine say, hey, can you put that in a Dropbox link instead of a WeTransfer link? And I'm like, I don't even use Dropbox. But what they were saying was, hey, can you make this easier for me to consume? And that's what we're doing right now. We're making it hard for our customers and our listeners and our fans to consume our music, even though they really want to support us. So when we go to Website Way, this is what's happening. Check it out. Less people know your music. Less people will know about your music because less people will get a chance to hear it. Even your purchasers will consume it less because it's not in the same place as all their other previously streamed albums and songs. And though less people will know about your music or will know your music, it doesn't leave you completely down and out, because you can boost this loss with added promotion of your music on social media. So let me explain. Check it out. How does promotion help with the awareness loss? Well, when you're selling D2C, you'll want to amp up the promotions of the records you're selling on social media in several forms so that people can see interactions with the music and influencer campaigns so that the record can start to generate UGC. Once this happens, people will begin to know about your music more and more and more. So less people will know about your music because when you begin to run the promotional campaign, the immediate fans will go by. They're going to support you anyway. This is coming directly from the website. But after they support you and they get the album, right? They got it, it's good, they love it. Everybody's not going to do that because they already saw that it was going to be too difficult to buy. Now, only a select amount of people will hear this music. So this is where the promotion comes in, and you got to ramp up promotion. You got to do a lot of work like it was back in the CD era, because in order for people to actually hear the whole album until, the CD man started coming around bootlegging everybody's stuff, you had to go buy it. So if you didn't buy it, you didn't hear it. You see what I'm saying? So you had to do a great job at promoting, and you had to do it at a high level so that people would feel that the benefit of getting your project or your album was worth the $10.99, $13.99, $18.99 they paid. It's the same thing here. So you've got to ramp up your promotion a lot more to cover the loss if you're going D2C. That way, when people see the benefit of actually listening and buying your album, the sales will begin to increase and we will cover that loss, right? So it's going to take a little bit more extra work, all right? So let's keep going. Piracy increases. If you are popular enough, your piracy level will increase, causing you a major loss in revenue. Once people have access to the files, they will want to liberate them to the internet for whatever cool points they can get. And it is on you to compensate for this loss. Let me say that YouTube Content ID, even if you don't distribute to YouTube, is great. That's going to be the first place you want to start. But then after that, you want to put in other content ID services like Grace Note and things like that. It's hard to fight piracy. Like I said, the bigger you get, the more people will want to hear. The smaller you are, piracy really doesn't matter, right? It's not going to cause you that much of a loss. But you do want to put some mechanisms in place to support or prevent some piracy, and Content ID is going to be your top top thing or tool to put in place here. Let's keep going. Doesn't piracy negate D2C? Well, not at all, because if you're a major artist, then you may not want to use D2C because more people will want what you have and the liberators will come along to set your songs free. However, if you are, or if you're a smaller artist with a medium-sized audience, you'll have a time window between your D2C offer and your streaming offer to get the revenue you need while closing the gap for piracy. This is the equivalent of a movie coming out in theaters before it comes out on Netflix. This is literally that equivalent. So one way that I feel that you can combat this, in addition to the content ID I was mentioning just a moment ago, is to have a release on D2C and then a release on streaming. But if you don't want to do the full album release on streaming, you can release a sampler album. So what this does is this, and I'm giving you more game here. If you go back and you watch my Spotify video, I mentioned that you could do a single with all the different single versions, and you could release all your singles on Spotify for free because it's what people want all the time. But then when you put your album out, you can also do the sample as well for the entire album. So you can put the full singles because they were already released on the album, and then you can do like the samples and they just blend into each other so people can hear the rest of the album somewhat uninterrupted and they can hear the full singles. And then that's how you can do it to combat piracy, so people can begin to hear the full album but not in full, and then you can run your call to actions in there. And then on top of that, that will close your piracy gap. It might increase your timeline for D2C, and then from there people will pay to hear the whole album for maybe a set time of a month to 2 months, and then you can release the project. I wouldn't say 2 months, I'd probably say a month, because people are still getting used to D2C, and as more artists come in and they learn how to run the campaigns, it's going to get better, right? It's going to get exponentially better. All right, so let's keep going. What about free downloads? So long as there is enough value associated with free downloads, promoting these on your website is a good thing. And I recommend doing the free downloads because what you can do with the download is you can make another offer. So if you might say, hey, new single out. If you come to the website, you can download it for free. DJs can get the DJ pack, and you can get all the different mixes for the actual download for free. Because if you put it out on Spotify, the main people are going to enjoy it on Spotify for free. But if you put the DJ pack on your website so all the DJs can get it, then great, we're cooking with gas at this point. And then you get all the emails, or you may offer the single for $1, which people don't mind paying anyway, right? And then they can get the DJ packs. The DJs can pay for the pack, and then we win it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, well, pay me for the pack, because I know you can spare $1, or you can listen on Spotify. But if you want the special stuff, you can get it here. So the free downloads can be free or for $1. I recommend doing them, and I think people would actually pay for them on the website. That would be a good idea to do. But if you do that method, because I got to take the game that I just gave you out of this video and make another video, because this is excellent stuff. But if you do these methods, you will increase your cash flow. So therefore, if you're looking to build your record label or publishing company in 60 days or less with a foolproof step-by-step process, grab my course, The 60-Day Record Label. It will give you the ability to get funding for the record label and the publishing company. And on top of that, you'll prevent yourself from getting contractually screwed in this game, because I'm gonna show you how not to do that. And you'll keep the middleman out of your pockets by following my international and domestic method of collecting all your royalties for yourself. All right, but if you're skeptical and you say, man, this sounds like some sales mumbo jumbo jargon, then grab the free course beneath this video, or the my free guide beneath this video, 10 major steps to increase your record label's profits. A free split sheet is included with the download, and the free course that I was mentioning is included with that download. But let's talk about the upside here. So if you sell digital music on a dedicated D2C platform, you will ultimately increase your revenue and time available to sell direct to the fan, because they will see other similar artists doing the same once they get to the platform. These platforms give added benefits to the purchasers, like streaming, so people can hear the music without added steps. Not to mention the purchase process, the user interface, the added other albums on there, like I just said. And then the ability, like I like some platforms like Even, the ability to have a community and a group chat on there, things like that. The ability to upsell into merch and other products that you have. This is great stuff that I think that the consumers will really like. And once you make it easy, once it looks great, it's winning. You understand what I'm saying? But then the downside of this is this. Selling digital music on your website puts strain on your cash flow because people really want to support you, but they also want to enjoy the process of listening to you. So a drop in customer support and service is a drop in cash flow that you can't afford to lose, especially if you're just getting started. I don't want you to lose the cash flow, because what happens after you've done the promotion and you're just getting started and you say, come to my website to buy? Now, either people are going to know the true value of what it is you have and they will buy it, or they won't. So for instance, with Nipsey Hussle and the $100 mixtape that he did, it worked so well. It worked so well because those of his true fans are the ones that purchased. It was a limited run. Everybody couldn't get it. So it fit this framework that I'm talking about, or the strategy that I'm talking about on this video perfectly, right? And once it was over, I'm quite sure somebody might have leaked it, but out of integrity purposes, I'm quite sure, and for value purposes, I'm quite sure that it is not leaked, and it may be on eBay somewhere where somebody is probably going to sell it for added value. I don't know. That's the true blockchain, if you will, right? Physical copies that sold for a high price, and then, you know, people can get to do what they want to do with it on the resale as the value begins to increase. So therefore, if you were a little bit skeptical on how to sell music on your website, this should give you some help on the digital aspect of it. I got to do another video on the physical aspect, because that's going to be a game changer right there. But Music Money Makers, if you make music, you should always make money. Log on to musicmoneymakeover.com, jump to the 60-day record label course beneath this video, grab the free stuff beneath this video, smash the like button, book a call on musicmoneymakeover.com, and I'll see you next time. Peace.